Hello, this is Jed Disler, and welcome to the Chopin Report. Actually, this is not going to be so much a report as a reminder that since September 26th, on my weekly radio show Between the Keys on the Classical Network and WWFM.org, we've been doing a kind of mini series of 7 programs where I've been covering the complete Chopin mazurkas, more or less in order. And by complete, I mean the 51 so called quote unquote standard mazurkas, which include all of the mazurkas with opus numbers, plus those 2 pieces in A minor published in Chopin's lifetime that did not have any opus number. And I've been featuring 2 recorded performances for each mazurka, but without repeating a single pianist. So that's 51 mazurkas and 102 pianists and 102 performances. In a few cases, I've expanded it to 3 performers, but without repeating anyone, of course. I have posted links to these webcasts of these shows for the first few programs, and the links are in this episode description, and they take you directly to the website of the Classical Network and WWFM.org, for whom I've served as artist in residence going on 10 years now. And I imagine you're going to be fascinated to compare and contrast the different playing styles of mazurkas between these pianists. And I love this kind of comparative listening, as I think you already know. And especially with mazurkas, it just goes to show you that when you do this kind of comparative listening, you realize that the mazurka genre lends itself to such a wide variety of interpretations as far as the Chopin mazurkas are concerned. And in this mini series, I've included recordings that date all the way back to 1902. Really, that's true. And going up through today. Now, I recorded all these episodes before I traveled to Europe back at the end of August. So unfortunately, there are no mazurka performances from the Chopin competition in this mini series, but I do plan to have a Between the Keys episode fairly soon that includes competition highlights. And why don't you send me some suggestions for performances from the competition that you liked that you think I should include on this program? I'm totally open to it. But do check out my Chopin Mazurka Madness mini series on Between the Keys. And like I said, you will find links to the webcasts in this episode description. And I have to say that I'm so grateful for the Classical Network because they give me the freedom to go wherever I want to go on Between the Keys. And I see that some of you have been binging out on past episodes, which is really cool. I'm very flattered to hear that. It's just like when I'm on the road and I'm in a hotel and I'm just so tired or bored, and then I wind up watching television. I'm watching endless reruns and binging on reruns of Law and Order, you know? That's a weakness, a guilty pleasure. Well, I guess that's better than binging out on reruns of the Brady Bunch, right? Here's a story of a man named Chopin who is busy writing etudes for the. Never mind. Anyway, this is the Chopin Report, and this is Jed Disler. Have a great day, stay well, and please be kind to one another. And I'll see you soon.